Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RedIn30, where we make you red in 30. I am DM. Yeah, that's my name. I'm here with the homies. Rodney, you here?
Yo.
Yo. EJ, you here?
EJ.
I was waiting on it. I didn't know what was coming, but I was waiting on it. RedIn30 is a 30-day reading of the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We believe in the entire Bible. We believe the Bible is a story about who you and I are. But we believe the red words tell us who we are in the story. I said red words? Red words. Red words, like weddings, huh? Red words tell us who we are in the story. When I talk about the red words, I talk about the words of Jesus, the Christ. All we talk about is Jesus, truth, and
Red
you.
words.
All using
Red words.
red words. And so we're here. We're starting off with some music. Let's get it popping. I picked this song because it kind of fit what we're talking about today. Go ahead. It's called All We Can. Let's go. Shout out to Carlin. He need to make that like a drop or something. Right. Yo.
Says you're ready, don't know if you want it bad enough. Better not forget it, I put you in so it's better up. Gotta keep it steady, don't nobody wanna rock the boat. And I don't want you to just rock the boat. Can you tell me what makes you happy?
Yo.
Because what I see, it makes me believe. Said you gotta tell me, but ain't really wanna say. Ooh, don't you try to tell me I ain't got no games to play. Ooh, I'm just trying to show you, but you ain't go in the way. Ooh, it don't even matter, I'ma love you anyway.
Hey.
You're all I see.
Yeah.
I'm all you need. Can we just be
All we can. Yo.
You're all I see.
Yo.
I'm all you need. Can we just be all we can?
Sing. Can we just be all that we can? That's a good question, right? Just all everything that we can be. Let's just be all that. Yeah.
Feeling like a plane on the runway, set about to take off. Better than the rain on a Sunday. Drip like the rain sauce. Pay the price for a Hyundai, but I got what the rate costs. You gon' learn to love me one day. All I give to you pay. Said you gotta tell me, but ain't really wanna say. Ooh, don't you try to tell me I ain't got no games to play. Ooh, I'm just trying to show you, but you ain't go in the way. Ooh, it don't even matter, I'ma love you anyway.
Hey. Yeah.
I'm all you need. Can we just be all we can?
Yeah.
You're all I see. I'm all you need. Can we just be all we can? All around the
Bridge.
world I've gone, searching for love in someone. Said you gotta tell me, but ain't really wanna say. Don't you try to tell me I ain't got no games to play. I'm just trying to show you, but you ain't go in the way. It don't even matter, I'ma love you anyway.
Hey.
You're all I see. I'm all you need. Can we just be all we can? You're all I see. I'm all you need. Can we just be all we can?
So here we are. This is RedIn30, and we back at it again. Y'all ready? You know, I always be asking y'all ready because we about to get up in there. The last, part we did was translation. Like we was like, we are the translation.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you. I'm gonna start off with a question. I think I might start doing that. Start off with a question, and then kind of jumpstart the conversation, right? Mm-hmm. Have you? What does? Okay. I want to see how I say it to go the right way. What does word in the flesh look like to you? Come on, use your imagination.
like a
what does that look like? If you thought about word in the flesh, what comes to your mind? How would you explain that? Word in the flesh. How would you explain it? Come on, just go with whatever comes to your head.
It's the first thing comes to my head.
There's no. Well, I'm about to say there's no right answer, but it's really an open question that's really not asked. Like you don't really hear nobody say, "What does word in the flesh look like to you?" What does that look like?
All right, so the first thing come to my head was a book, right? And the pages are turning, and as the pages are turning, the words form a person.
Okay.
And then comes off the page, and then it forms like a real face.
Oh, that's
and
dope
it
imagery.
walks from the book, and then somebody else comes out the book, and then keeps walking.
So that's what you see when you see
that's when I
word.
say words in the
Word made flesh. What you see?
Yeah.
First thing I saw was somebody reading a book.
Okay.
Not reading a book, reading the Bible.
Okay.
That's
what things are. He said, yeah. So it's like imaginative. Like, what does word in the flesh look like? Imagery, right, in your imagination. But then, what does it mean? Mm-hmm. What do you think it means? What do you think word in the flesh means? When they say the word was made flesh and dwelt among us, what like? How do you interpret that?
It's like everything you said is not just abstract. It's more concrete. You know what I'm saying? Like you can actually touch it. Like you say something, but it's not in the air. It's like it's physical. Like you can really touch it, reach out and touch it, and it's what you said. You know what I'm saying? But it's real.
It's real, right there.
It's just physically real, right?
Right.
You
It's
know
tangible.
Yeah, it's tangible.
What was the question again?
Like, what is word in the flesh? Like, what does that mean to you? Like when you hear and the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. What is that? What does that mean? What does that mean to you? You got time to think about it, yeah? Because that's the point. Like what's the two version of your answers, right? Is the point, because these are the things that we have to think about when we're considering what's being said to us.
Right.
Many times we jump and we talk about it and say the word made flesh and Jesus, the word made flesh. We talk about it's Jesus, but what does that mean? Now, if you go up a little bit more, it's John chapter 1, by the way, if you want to read it. If you go up a little bit more, at the beginning it says, "In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God." So immediately took the word from an inanimate object or something on paper to an actual live being. Now, in order for a word to get on paper, somebody got to put it there.
Thanks.
So we've gotten what's that tree? Was that tree in the garden to Colgate? Was the tree?
Yeah.
What was that tree? Tree of
Knowledge.
knowledge. All right, knowledge. Watch me, man. We got to watch this because most of us are living off of knowledge. We base our faith off knowledge, base our truth off we just whatever kind of knowledge. And it's crazy that it's crazy that it's a tree because paper is made from trees. Right. So now it's like we've been living from the books, right? When the books were created by life.
Right.
Y'all get what I'm saying? Have no problem with books. I like books. I want to write books. The Bible is the greatest book ever. Have no problem with it. But even the book tells me that the letter itself killeth.
Right.
But the spirit gives life. Man, we talk about animation. We talk about being animated, being alive, right? Jesus says, search the script, church. We talked about that last time, right? But it's like the beginning was the word was with God, and the word was God. And the word was made, and then further down it says, the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. And I'm trying to figure out what that mean. I said this before, like I said the last part, right? I said, God said, let there be light.
Yeah, right.
He wasn't lecturing about the light. He wasn't talking about the light. And we say he's spoken into existence. But what he said was an actual thing. Right? Now the problem with us is all the tree of knowledge of good and evil is that we can say a lot of stuff that don't be real.
Right.
What you call that? A lie. Right? It's easy to be ooh, this is good. I'm glad we talk. I'm glad we do it like this because it really kind of flows in a way. Because the question is, everybody is the word in the flesh.
Yeah.
Every single person that exists is a word in the flesh.
Yeah.
But the question is, what word are you?
Yeah.
You get me? Is the word that you're being a lie? Now, I'm gonna be guilty for being a lie.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
And I'm not talking about saying anything.
Right.
I've lied too, but I'm not talking about saying anything. I'm saying that I've been guilty for being a lie because I I presented an idea or a possibility that I wasn't being myself. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now my question is, now I'm going back to what is the word in the flesh? What does it look like? And then I ask you what I want to put it in my phone a certain way, but like what word? What if I ask you what we're all a word in the flesh? I wrote it. The question is, what word are we? Right? And don't put yourself out there right now. Don't throw yourself out there, whatever. But it's a good question for everybody. But if I ask you what word are you, what would you say? All right. Now, this is a consideration.
Right.
This is why we do this. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in on Red 30. This is why we do this. I'm glad y'all stick around and listen. This is why we do this, because it is a contemplation of my reality.
Yeah.
I have to contemplate. Jesus would speak in parables, and he would say things a certain way because he wants you to contemplate.
Yeah.
Because he knows that's seeking first the kingdom of God.
Right.
Right. That like you're really searching for that thought, but you got to have the right question sometimes.
Right.
So you got to have the right. Somebody got to be putting you in the right direction, because you can search for anything.
Right.
So I'm gonna ask the question again. We are all words in the flesh. Every one of you, we're all words in the flesh. But the question is, right now, as we live right now, what word are we?
Right.
Right. Now we come up with a lot of words for people.
Yeah.
Fool, dummy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Intelligent. We come up with a lot of different words to say that person is
That.
and fill in the blank, right? But like, if you ask yourself, what word are you? And so if we are all words in the flesh, the question is, and I'm gonna ask again, what word are we? And you have to be honest with yourself. You can come up with, and that's what we do. We in confessions, we be like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
We say all the affirmations and stuff, but like, no.
Let's keep it OG real.
Let's keep it a buck. What word are you right now? Right? Like, what word are you in the flesh?
Right.
Right? And the next questions I put on here, I'm just wrote down. It says, and what is our being saying? Now I'm not talking about the minuscule stuff that because you can get into a point to where you start comparing and judging, and then it's guilt, and you start feeling not that. I'm not talking. That's not the conversation. The conversation is a consideration of what word am I in the flesh. Right now, if you do this properly, then it would encourage your functionality. It would encourage your production.
Right.
It's an ongoing question.
It's an ongoing question that doesn't stop.
Yep.
It's not. So that's what I'm saying. So then when I ask it, it's not really like an answer right now. It's like, what word am I saying?
Right.
So when it would say like, be ye holy, right? Like be ye holy. That's like, be you holy. That's who you are. It is not an action or an adjective. It is actually a being. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like, so I ask myself, what word am I being right now? What word am I? What word am I speaking? Let's say this is what is my being saying?
Yeah.
What is it saying? I'm not talking about the fabricated things.
Right.
Because we all look different. We all some of that stuff is just based on our straight DNA, genetics. But what is my being, my function, my everyday action, what I'm doing right now, what I'm producing? What is it saying? Because we are all words in the flesh. You about to say something?
You know a tree by the fruit that it bears.
You know a tree. Okay, that's good. What did you say?
You know a tree by the fruit that it bears.
What that mean?
You know an apple tree because it makes apples.
There it is. Is 1 + 1 is 2.
Right.
It's such a simple process. So now, all right, let's go home. Can we go home? So what am I producing?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what kind of tree you are. You get it?
Yep.
I can tell you. And am I producing?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because if not, then I may be like the tree that he cursed.
Right.
It's Mark 11. You know what I'm saying? He go there, he supposed to have figs on the trees or whatever, and he said, "Ain't no figs." So he said, "The tree cursed." He did right there what he says in John 15. Right? I don't want to be like jumping from scripture to scripture because sometimes people watching, and it's not that deep, y'all. I'm not. It's not no theologian stuff. I want to just go Mark 11 and then go read John 15, and you'll kind of get what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be deep at all. I hate these people on YouTube and they be trying to show their philosophical scripture knowledge and all
Trying
that.
to out deep each other.
Yeah, shut the hell up. So what what I'm saying is is you end up being like that tree that's not bearing fruit in this season. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so I'm it's a consideration of what kind of tree am I, and what is expected of my fruit. You get it?
Right. Right.
I watched it right before I got here. I was watching on YouTube and I saw a dude. I'll say his name because I know they so the dude named Norris Cole. I don't know if y'all know Norris Cole. Norris Cole played point guard for Miami the years they won the championship with Bron and D Wade, right? And so he's a point guard, and I don't know if he's a starting point guard. He might have been a backup point guard. I'm not sure. He's decent. He's decent, but he's a good role player, right? But he was like talking about his experience. He went to a small college, and he said, they was talking about Kobe Bryant. And said, what did you learn from Kobe and whatever. He was like, well, Kobe taught me that I can work out 3 or 4 times a day. He said, because usually you work out with your team, then you work out once and you think that's enough. He said, but I needed more than that. So he said, Kobe showed me. He said, man, Kobe worked 3 or 4 times a day. He said, Kobe showed me that I could work out 3 or 4 times a day. And so I started doing it. He said, I worked out a lot like that. He said, it worked out for me. I got drafted, and whatever, right? But it's, and I'm not being degrading to him because he did get drafted from a small school. I think it's Cleveland State or something like that. But he never transcended to be that type of player that Kobe was. But he was mimicking what Kobe was doing. But it never brought him to that status. Now, whether it's because he was smaller than him or whether because the situation didn't line up, whatever, that thing that he was mimicking Kobe in never brought him to that status. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, like, all that working out, it never got him to the status of and I'm saying the superstar status.
Yeah.
And once again, I don't know. There's different factors. And I don't even know if that's what he was shooting for. I think when everybody played ball, they we used to play ball and be like, Jordan, whatever. Like, everybody wants to be top. But I don't know if that's the place that you're supposed to end up. You get it? Or if that's the type of fruit or tree that you are.
Right.
And a good thing it worked out for him. He won 2 championships. He played a good role on a good team, legendary team. His name will be remembered because of it. But I'm saying that process didn't get him the same results that it got.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so sometimes you got to get the underlying principle of a thing and live that and let that process through you and who you are.
That's why they got different color apples.
That's why it's different color apples. And then I found out too that there's actually trees produce different color apples on the same tree.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they do, but I don't get it. They be splicing, they be trying to wax the apples on that.
Right.
That's a whole nother pod about what they doing. But I think that it's so what it reminds me of is the same spirit that raised Jesus from the dead dwells in you. Right? It reminds you of he breathed in the man became a living soul. But what does that breath inside of you, how does that the last part translate into word in the flesh here? You get it?
Yeah.
And then the last question I had on there was what word are we? What is our being saying, and where did we get that word from? Now, a lot of people are calling themselves things and being things and saying that they are things, but they got this word from a fabricated source.
Who told you that?
Who told you that? You get what I'm saying? But back to them, we get that. If you do the consideration, if you're watching, if you do the consideration, it really makes you sit there. I think what we've told people in life is that they should correct things and fix things and get better at things when the actual instruction is seek ye first.
Yep.
The kingdom of God. And what? His righteousness. And what happens?
All things.
So if all these things are be added, that means that even the fixes. I was talking to Swag. Shout out to Swag. I was talking to Swag earlier, and I said, man, like, the leaves moving ain't the wind.
Yeah.
It's a product of the wind, but it's not the wind. It's what you see what the wind is doing, but it's not the wind. So what's the wind? Right? You ever had somebody walk past you, and you can feel like the little draft behind them, like that draft, and especially wearing perfume or cologne or something like that. It's like the draft. It came from them, but it's not them. Give me here's a big one. You ready? And I'm gonna this word in the flesh, and I really want you have to consider it and meditate on it, right? Or just think about it. I don't say meditate, just think about it. The miracles, the signs and wonders will only aftermath results of who Jesus was.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't defined by the miracles. Right? They tried to call him a miracle worker.
Right.
All right. What they try to call you good master. Don't call me good. Don't give me. I don't want your definition of good.
Right.
I don't want your identity of good on me because I already know who I am. I know where I come from. You get what I'm saying? He's protecting that word that he is, right? Not just audible, but actually being.
Right.
You get it? So now the miracle signs and wonders were only a result of who he is, right? Mm-hmm. So if those were results, then who is he? What's the essence of that?
Right.
And I don't really have an answer for it. I know somebody. I can't stand these super religious people that got an answer for everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right. This whole thing with God is really about trust. Mm-hmm. It's really about truth and trust. It's really not about knowing it all. What's the tree name? Knowledge of good and evil.
Right.
And we basically, hold on, calm down. What word are you? Right? What word are you? And then I sit there and I let his word be revealed as who I am. Mm-hmm. That makes sense?
Yep.
So I'll ask you again, in your functioning and in your processing on a daily basis, what word are you? Mm-hmm. Right? And you have to. I know some of my words sometimes have been lazy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I know for me, y'all can speak to yourself. Y'all can speak for yourself. I know for me that I can make it look like I'm a hard worker.
Yeah.
I can make it. I can make it like, yeah, man. I be grinding, man. You know what I'm saying? And make it believe. But then it's like, only I know how much more I could have done.
Yeah.
Nobody knows it. Like I could, like. You know, somebody can look at you and be like, man, you had more time to do this or whatever. Or you had more time, and we had more time. But it's like nobody really knows how much more you could have done but you.
Right.
In the back of your mind, be like, nah, I could have did better.
Yeah. It's almost like what you said the other day, man. I'm sitting there talking about, man, I'm going to let these dudes outwork me. You know what I'm saying? It's like in my mind, and those are the considerations. Uh-huh. See, it's not the outside commandments. It's the inside considerations. That's good, y'all.
Right.
That's good. And see, this is where Jesus goes from, I didn't come to do away with the law and the prophets. I didn't come to do away with them. Mm-hmm. I came to fulfill. There's inside consideration. There's inside identity consideration, right? Mm-hmm. It's not the commandments. There's no problem with the commandments. If we got to work with that, let's start with that.
Right.
But the commandments were only to draw me to the inside of who I really am.
Yeah.
Right? And now I'm going to ask the question again. I'm going to say it. I said a million times in the pod. What word am I? Mm-hmm. What am I saying? Now, and I don't want to, this will be another pod for what I'm about to say right now. But don't get so caught up on the miracle signs and wonders or the manifestation or manifesting and all that stuff like that. Because once again, manifest is, what's manifest? Manny, like manicure. Mm-hmm.
Gather.
Manny petty is gathering, right? It's gathering with your hands. So hold on, what is it? So I can pretty much say that manifestation is something that you gather with your hands. Mm-hmm. So it's not something that's coming out the air because you said some stuff.
Right.
The word made flesh. And this will speak to it that the word made flesh, like it's something that has to be done. Mm-hmm. Yep. But the difference in the doing is the whoing. Mm-hmm. Right. It's the who doing it.
Right.
So if its manifestation is this, and this will be a dope clip, manifest, right? Mm-hmm. It's in a festival, it's a gathering, right? It's a gathering with your hands, right? Right. But a gathering with what?
With your hands.
Whose hands?
Yours.
Mm. But there is no gathering with hands if there's not first hands.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And who is those hands connected to?
Right.
That's the question.
You show me who the hands connected to, and I'll show you what you're gathering. Mm-hmm. You show me what your hands are connected to, and I'll show you what you're manifesting.
Right.
You see how this goes, though? And so Jesus does this. He's always like he's I'm doing like this, but I feel like he's reaching inside of you and pulling the truth of you, who you are, out of there. Like he's always going further than the surface conversations that we have with people all day long.
Right.
He's asking you, what word are you?
Yeah.
right? And if I ask myself what word am I, then it begins to change my functioning. What word am I? What is my being saying? Where did I get that word from? I'm gonna say them again. What word am I? What is my being saying? Where did I get that word from? Right? How am I identifying myself? What is my identity saying? Who identified me that way? Right? And then and see, it's very tricky because sometimes your feelings, your feelings will have you identifying certain things. No. That because you don't because an apple tree don't get to say it's a pear tree. You don't get to say it's a pear tree because you know what you're producing. You're producing apples. And I don't care how much you're looking over there. I don't care how much anybody else told you something. You don't get to choose what word you are.
Right.
You just don't. I'm in some others that probably with the last pie, how we ended the last pie. Y'all remember?
Go listen.
It's, right. But now in your production and your functioning, and so Jesus knows that he's the word in the flesh.
Right.
So he used his words, but because people were accustomed to words. If y'all want to do it in Luke 4, there's a dope thing in it. It's Luke 4, and we go to 18, and the preachers be preaching, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me because he's anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor, and da-da-da-da, right? And it's good. I'm not making fun of it. I know you matter how I say something. I'm not making fun of it. But then he said he closed the book, and he sat down, which means he was reading this, which means it's not some supernatural revelation that he got and said some deep thing that like we try to make it. It was already in a book, and he read it.
Right.
But he read it. He said, "Today, this fulfilled in your ears." In other words, everything you thought was going on, this here right here, you're looking at it.
Right.
Boy, statements like, "But it's mad, boy. You see me, you see the Father."
Tight.
They super tight. Hey, and that's the conversation.
Right.
But he's pushing past the audible and the written words to the live word. Y'all get it?
Yep.
And so for me, and I'm gonna say this, now this challenges me. Because what was the word that God wrote about me before I was born?
Right. Yeah.
What? And I'm saying right, but like, what is the if all right, catch this. You ready? If God said, "Let there be,"
Like,
and there was, then what did he say about me?
Right.
And I don't even know how to say, am I wasn't it? Like, was I that? You get what I'm saying? Like, am I being what he said about me?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know unless I seek ye first.
Yep.
Y'all get me?
Yep.
And see, a lot of times we dabble in it with the things that we're drawn to, and just our function, our daily function, our giftings, our daily occupations, different like that. We're drawn to it, but then he wants. It's almost like he gets you in the field. They call it the field of work.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what field do you work in?
Right.
But it's dope, ain't it?
Right.
Actually, what field do you work in? So now I got you in the field, but just because I got you in the field don't mean you in the dirt. What is the word? What's the word, Rodney?
Manifest.
No, what's the word he told you?
So stay buried.
Stay buried. Stay buried. Because just because you're in the field doesn't mean you're buried there.
Right.
You could be in the field on the surface.
Scarecrow.
And it's the parable of the sower sowed the word. And some had no deepness of earth. And so it was scorched, the bird come in, some of them got choked by the Kansas word. You see it? You see the difference? But then if I'm in the field, I've decided to keep myself buried. Because I don't know what that word is. But you know the tree bottle. I don't know what word it is, but I stay buried. And truth of the matter is, y'all really want to get it? Let me manifest, right? Like let it happen. Let it happen now. It's like the power we did. The truth of the matter is all your job to do is, and it's funny because seeds don't get to choose.
Stay rooted and grounded.
You get it? But for us, because we got legs and minds and thoughts and can make choices, we're the only seed that can uproot itself.
Yep.
And decide where it wants to plant itself, right?
Yep.
But the truth of the matter is, if you stay once you're put in the field,
Right.
just stay buried. And the things that you're exceeding abundantly above all you ask or think. Eye has not seen nor ear heard, neither into the heart of man. The things that you think you want to produce or you're looking towards, they're going to come from you because you're buried. And then you'll see. This is happening to me in real time, y'all. And I've been breaking down crying on a regular basis. It's just random places. I don't know what's going on. But it's happening in real time because I see the tree. I see the tree that I am because of the fruit that I'm bearing. And it's not that I'm not bearing fruit. Like, it's not my work that's bearing the fruit, but it's my work that's aligning with the fruit.
Yeah.
The work that I'm doing is aligning with the process, and I'm realizing because I'm letting it. You get it? I don't have my idea of they need this. And you can see that sometimes, but it's like, I keep being who I am. And then what happens is you a tree and you a tree. You get a car. You a tree. I'm a tree. Next thing you know, it's a forest. And we're only bearing fruit at our own kind. And what's on the inside of those fruit? More seed.
Yep.
So not only are we feeding, but we're seeding at the same time. Ain't that something? Yeah. So the question, I'm gonna go back so we can keep it clear what we're talking about. What word? If the word in the flesh, what word are you?
Right.
This has been RedIn30, guys. Can we just be all that we can be? I think God expects more from us. So I just want us to be all that, right? And it really don't have to go looking for nothing. Sometimes it's just, sometimes the tree doesn't diversify. It doesn't get a new thing and be like, I'm putting out the new 2024 fall season is apricots.
Right.
No. It's just putting out apples.
Right.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And every joint supplies. You want a fruit salad, you're going to need some apples and some, bananas and some grapes and some
mustards.
Whatever. No, the mustards are not fruit.
They're close to it.
All right, play the music, bro. This is good.
Don't you try to tell me I ain't got no games.